How about now?
Yes, we can hear you. Gotta love this fun.
Good morning.
Hey there.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Any new news? Any good news?
It's almost Friday.
That's the good news.
morning. This is Denise with MAD.
Hey, Denise.
Hey, how you doing?
How are you?
I'm good.
All right, Mark Easty, it is 10:01. Do you want to give a couple more minutes?
Yeah, just a few minutes, and then we can start with the introduction.
Okay, sounds good.
While we're waiting, maybe I can make an announcement. Everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Mike.
Yeah,
It's your timer.
just wanted to say this will be my last meeting at CTST. It's my final day here at the city. After 22 years, I'll officially be retired at noon.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Noon today?
Congrats.
Great working with everybody.
Yeah, congratulations, Mike, but I'm sure I'm one of them that's going to miss having you on here.
We will miss
Thanks.
you, Mike. This is Mashi.
Appreciated working with everybody. We did a great job. Keep up the good work.
Have a wonderful retirement.
I plan to. Thank you.
Yeah, congrats, Mike, and we'll see how long you can stay retired. I think you're too busy to be retired yet.
Don't worry, Mike. I got you on speed dial over there, and I know where you're moving to, so I'm going to come and see you anyway.
All right.
Are you staying local?
Yeah, we're moving to Parrish. We bought Del Webb 55 plus retirement community.
Okay, so now you're on our side of the bay.
Yeah.
Well, you'll be right across the street.
Everything.
You'll be right across the street from me, Mike. I live just south of there.
Oh yeah.
I'll send my questions to you.
You know, Mike, you wouldn't be the first one that stays with CTST as a private citizen.
Well, I got lots of plans for the future, so I'll still be close.
All right, buddy.
All right, Melissa, if you want to get started, we'll just go ahead and roll into it. And
Okay.
come in when they get here.
Okay, I'll just go down if we want to do welcome and introductions. Hi, everybody. I am Melissa Shepard. Just to let you guys know, this meeting is being recorded. If you are not speaking, please keep your mic on mute. So I'll just go down the list for introductions. And if you just say that you're here and who you're with. All right, and I'll start out with Brandon Drawhorn.
Hi, Brandon Drawhorn with District 7 Safety Office. I am a safety engineering technician, and I'll be shadowing Mike Zinn.
Okay, awesome, thank you. All right, Brandy Howard.
Good morning. Brandy Howard, Suncoast Safety Council.
Thank you. Cassidy Perry. All right, well, we know he's on the line. Corey Martins.
City of Clearwater Traffic Operations.
Thank you. All right, and then Larry Kolbicka.
Larry Kolbicka with Pinellas Park Police Department.
Thank you. George Edmiston.
Good morning, George Edmiston, Benish Engineering. I'm the District 7 Safety Consultant.
All right, George Kennedy.
Good morning, George Kinney, City of Dunedin Planning Office.
Thank you. Janice Martinez.
Good morning, everybody. Janice Martinez, District 7 Law Enforcement Liaison.
Thank you. Joan Rice.
Good morning, Joan Rice, Pinellas County Public Works.
All right, Joseph Camara.
Joe Camaro with Pinellas County Schools Safety and Transportation.
Thank you. Julie Bond.
Good morning. Julie Bond, Center for Urban Transportation Research.
Lori Paleo.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lori Paleo from JMT.
Mashi.
Good morning, Mashi Dorothy, American Quality Consultants, FDOT Safety Ambassador.
All right, Mike Frederick.
Mike Frederick, City of St. Petersburg for the last time.
All right, Mike Zinn.
Mike Zinn, Florida Department of Transportation, your CTST Program Manager.
Robert Wallace.
Robert Wallace, FDOT, Health and Safety Manager.
Thank you. Sandra Noble.
Sandra Noble, Forward Pinellas Crash Data.
All right, Mark Easty.
Mark Easty, Pinellas County Sheriff's Office.
Thank you. Zach Huff.
Zach Huff, Pinellas Park.
Thank you. And then I know Denise McAllister is on the line with MAD.
Good morning. This is Denise.
Thank you. And then is anyone else on the line that I did not call your name?
Yeah, this is Molly Cord with the City of Dunedin Planning.
Okay, awesome. All right, anyone else? Okay, with that, I think we're good. Over to you, Mark.
Thanks, Melissa. We'll go ahead and go with the approval for, well, it would be March's minutes because we didn't have a meeting in April due to the mega meeting. So do we have an approval? Someone approve the minutes and then second it?
Motion approved.
Thanks, Larry. Thank you, Mike. Alrighty. All right. We'll start with enforcement. I just saw Captain Glennie got online with FHP. Do you guys have anything from the previous months and then anything for upcoming months as far as enforcement?
No, we've been working on the DOT enforcement initiative, plugging away at that, Pinellas against special operations. So both of those groups are working how they can. And I apologize, I'm in Gainesville today, so I had the wrong link.
No worries. Pinellas Park, you guys got anything from previous months and then anything going forward?
Yeah, we got DUI detail last Friday. We got 4 DUIs, 70 stops and I think about 60 tickets. This coming month, we're doing clicker ticket. We have 10 details planned over the 2-week period, 10-hour details each. We're going to be participating in the Wolf Pack, and we're waiting for Janice to tell us that we beat the sheriff's office in Flack.
I've been quite popular the past few days with phone calls.
Good news. Is anybody else from enforcement on? I didn't see anybody else. All right. Well,
Hey, Mark.
since March, go ahead, George.
Hey, don't you guys have a big detail with Clearwater and Pinellas FHP ongoing right now?
Yep. I'm going to go over that.
Okay.
So yeah, since March, we hosted a DRE school. We had 7 students in there, 2 from the sheriff's office, 2 from St. Pete, 2 from Clearwater, and an officer from Groveland, which is just outside of Orlando. So they finished up, all 7 passed, and we did the final knowledge on the 28th of April. Everyone passed that. There's just a couple of things they need to get signed off, but we'll have 7 new DREs in the area, which is nice. In April, we hosted Motorcycle Crash 2. We also hosted a DUI instructor course. I attended the CTST meeting in Land O'Lakes briefly, only to leave that and then go to the Florida Impaired Driving Coalition in Orlando on the 27th and 28th. Today, our daytime traffic guys are doing strict traffic enforcement with Clearwater, I believe FHP, and they're working the streets right now. We'll be working tonight. For those that don't know, it is Cinco De Mayo. So we'll be out. Hopefully people make the responsible decision to use any one of the numerous ride-sharing apps to get home safely and not endanger themselves or anybody else. It's still on right now, and for the law enforcement folks, we're hosting a radar laser operator or instructor course at our Dunedin office May 23rd to 27th. If we get a few more signed up, I think they'll go with it. We currently have 11 signed up. They're looking for 16. I don't think we're going to get 16, but if we can get a couple, that'd be great. We also have the radar laser operator course hosted in Dunedin, which we only currently have 8. And if they don't get any more, they're going to cancel that due to low attendance. So if you know of any agencies that can attend, the best part is it's free. Either the instructor school or the operator school, it's free and it's local for us. So it'll just be, losing that member on the road for the week. So if we can get them in it. And then we are also hosting the DUI Wolf Pack on May 28th. And then we'll be basically working that straight through the weekend because the 30th is Memorial Day. So we'll be working. We'll be doing some speed enforcement with the helicopter on the Bayside Bridge. It's an operation we call the Memorial Day SAIL, S-A-L-E, Sea, Air, and Land Enforcement. So that's all I have for us. All right. With that, we will go with Joe. Do you have anything on the school side?
No, Mark, at this point, we're just looking for another 2 weeks and we're done.
Sounds good. George, you have anything?
No, I don't. I appreciate everyone's efforts in this entire district with stepping up traffic enforcement, especially on our state roadways. It's definitely being recognized, and hats off to everybody making our roadways safer. Appreciate it.
Thank you, George. Janice, I'm sure you got some stuff.
I do. Yeah, May is a busy month. So we have Click It or Ticket that's kicking off on Monday, May the 3rd, and that will run through June the 5th. That is our only national campaign that we actually collect data for Click It or Ticket. So everybody knows about it. We have tons of media. We have tons of yard signs. If anybody wants banners, yard signs, just let me know. I got tons of them to go with that. Today is Cinco de Mayo. It is the social norm message that we use for that one is amigos, don't let amigos drive drunk. No, we don't collect data on that one. We just do the social norm and the push for the enforcement on that. And then again for Memorial Day, so we'll do the social norm for drive sober, get pulled over in conjunction with all the social norms on that one. Oh, and Law Enforcement Appreciation Week, May 15th through the 21st. Get out there and tell your officers how much you appreciate them. And Sunday, May the 15th is Peace Officer Memorial Day.
Thank you, Janice. Mike Zinn, you have anything?
No, nothing right now. I mean, we've had an exciting last month. I mean, we did a lot of activities, but looking forward to a long hot summer. It's also known as the 100 deadly days of summer. So everybody be careful out there. It's not going to be a pretty summer, I think, based on statistics currently. And we had a latecomer come on here if you want to check with Mike Blickendorf on law enforcement.
Thanks, Mike. Sergeant Blickendorf, do you have anything for the enforcement side of things?
We're just working with Clearwater guys and FHP right now on 19 doing move over and speed. But that's it for now.
Thank you. Mike Frederick, well, congrats to you and your retirement in less than 2 hours. Completely jealous, one. And two, do you know who your replacement's going to be?
That has not been finalized yet. They have something in the can, but not able to release anything yet. So hopefully it won't be too long, and they'll be able to pick up at next month's meeting.
Yeah, and next month's meeting's in person, and I'll go over more on that toward the end. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Mike.
Thanks. Give them the contact information to them so they'll be able to pick up.
Sounds good. Brittany Howard, do you have anything?
The only thing I have to share is that we'll be participating in the Veterans Stand Down event at Bay Pines VA on June 4th. It provides a lot of community resources to veterans and homeless veterans. So we'll be on hand to assist with veterans who maybe had some DUI related issues. We'll have access to our system. We can really dive into some details about what they need to do to clear up any kind of DUI related sanctions and anything related to traffic school.
Sounds good. Thank you. Joan, do you have anything?
I don't have anything this month, but thank you.
All right. Anybody else on the engineering side? All righty. Anybody else have anything before we move on? All right. All right. I guess we'll move on to problem locations for old business stuff. Oh, jeez. That I don't know what it is, but that thing is, I can barely read it on here. Let me see something here. Oh, never mind. All right. I got a brand new laptop. The camera didn't work, and it took me 15 minutes to log on. Thankfully, I started earlier, but all right, I can see it now. So Miller is not here, but US 19 and 298. This is the this is the people turning. I know he hits that every morning, so I will get with him later on today and see what it is, and then I'll just have an update for the next meeting. I'll do the same for US 19 and Lime. Schools, just like Joe said, in 2 weeks, classes will be over. So school zones won't be an issue. Now, there's still going to be some buses running for summer school, right? Just not as much.
Yeah, Mark, June 6th starts the summer program. So we're still trying to work that out with the bus schedules and the routing, what's going to go on. So I know Lieutenant Mantanza was going to set up something with some of his cruisers that they were going to help out because of the shortage of school crossing guards. So that's where we're at with that.
It's actually, he got transferred, Lieutenant Manzana, so he, no, wait, never mind. That was a different lieutenant. Now he's still there, so all the SROs, they're going to start helping out with school crossing and then probably the school buses as well. So, and I know Howie and Scott with our traffic guys will be assisting as well. So.
Hey, Mark, do you want to put this one on here, do you think?
Yeah, we can add that just so that it'll always be reminded every month. That's fine.
Okay.
We can do that. And is that it for the prom locations? Okay, school buses. Mike, do you have an update on that 275 in Roosevelt with the signage?
I know that George directly contacted Mr. Hibbert, who's the CI on the job. George, did they get anything corrected with that, or are they still shifting things around over there?
Yeah, so I talked to Mr. Hubbard, the CDI for the project. They have a 30-day lane closure of 118. They are using VMS to address the detours, which the detour route will put you back onto 28th Street. They're expecting a 30-day closure. Specifically for the badging in the roadway, that was made under the original work zone RSA, which was conducted with multiple agencies in late November, December. We will be revisiting that work zone this month. So we will be taking a look at recommendations and seeing what's been implemented. I will tell you, I don't believe those have been installed yet, but we'll certainly be looking at that, Mark, to make sure that that was one of the recommendations, the shielding on the roadway to address that last minute decision making for those drivers at that apex of that off ramp. Does that kind of sum it up for you?
Yep, sounds good. I know that whole area is just going to be a mess until. What is the projected finish date for that? Is that next year sometime?
We're about 3 years out still.
I was trying to make it somewhat sound nice, but all right.
I thought you were just trying to humor us, Mark.
Yeah, that too.
It's going to be a fantastic roadway once it's completed, but yeah, we're a few years out. They're still working on a lot of the elevated portions of the roadway, and a lot of that has to do with materials and getting those raw materials in to complete the job. So I'm sure they're struggling with receiving that stuff on a timely manner as well, and that's what some of the holdups are.
Well, I know once they when they opened up the Gandy connector for the Selman, when I used to live in South Tampa, I mean, Gandy at rush hour heading back into Tampa was a nightmare, and now it's free flowing. It's nice. So yeah, it'll definitely be ease some of the congestion once all that is completed for sure.
Yeah, and that's actually going to fall under the turnpike system. So Troop K with Florida Highway Patrol will probably participate in enforcement along that. So that's a discussion we'll have further down the road when we get closer to opening.
Sounds good. Mike, do you have an update on Skinner Boulevard and the Pinellas Trail crossing there?
I haven't personally heard of anything out there. I know they've got the traffic signal up and running, but and the pavement markings and all that, I haven't heard if it's been installed yet or not. So might check with Ford Pinellas. I know they were keeping pretty good tabs on this project.
I might actually go out there later on today if I have time and just check it out, because we could probably take that off the list if everything is up.
Is Miss Rice online today?
Joan?
Joan? Yeah.
It looked like she just left a minute ago. But
Okay, because I know she's been actively involved with keeping tabs on that, and I personally haven't heard anything from her in a couple of weeks. So
Molly.
All right, well, we'll check with her, and then I'll go out there later on today and take a look at it.
great, thanks, Mark.
All right. And then the light at Tarpon Mall, Tarpon Springs isn't on the line, so we'll just check back with that one later.
I do know on that one right there, they've been out there doing some traffic counts and some studies, but that takes a while when you start dealing with those engineers on that level.
Gotcha. All right. Is that it for that list?
yes, that was it.
Sounds good. All righty. Marcia, you got anything with HSIP?
Good morning. We did go through lists for material requests with cities and counties, Pinellas County and cities, and thank you for all your help. I want to thank everyone for their help. And of course, these are the requests from cities and counties that go to Bill Reha. He has a whole table and he's looking at what can be supported and funded. So depending on, what funds are available. Other than that, please let me know if I can help with any HSIP issues or safe routes to school. I'm always available. Thank you.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions for her or anything? Nope. All righty then. We'll go to the fatal map status. I took a look at this yesterday when Sandra sent it over. The one good news about it, I know everyone's talking about Vision Zero and stuff, but we're only at 38 fatalities to date. Are there any hanging in the balance, Sandra?
Not that I know of. There was only 37 crashes, though.
Yeah, 37 crashes, one double, which makes it 38, and we are well behind, thankfully, what we were at this time last year. So hopefully, with the enforcement, some of the signage out there that people drive safer, cross safer, so we can keep the fatalities down for sure.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Certainly good news. Glad to see it.
Yes. Mike, do you know if that's the same around the other different counties, Hillsborough, Pasco?
Yes, there's been a slight downward tick on all of them, and I don't know if everybody's finally getting used to having a lot more cars on the road and slowing down, or if it's all the extra enforcement. I was talking to George last night, and I passed through 2 zones where there was a lot of red and blue lights, people being stopped. So kudos to everybody getting out there and trying to make things safe again.
Yeah. I wanted to make one note too about the pedestrians that were killed. There was 26 of them the same time last year. If you notice down at the bottom, there was 26 and we only have 13 as of April 30th. So that's like half. That's a big number. The rest of them were pretty much the same. But it's definitely good to see.
Yeah, because it wasn't at what we're about, was it 58 last year?
At the bottom, we had 49 fatal crashes and 53 fatalities.
Yeah, so we're doing a lot better. Hopefully we can just keep it that way. And I don't know. Thankfully, and I don't know if you guys saw in the news, unfortunately, we had a deputy run somebody over on the beach. She'll be fine, but I guess he was responding to a call, and right when he got on the beach, he didn't see her. So thankfully she's not hurt, but yeah. So do you have the trail count, Sandra? I didn't see that come through yesterday.
No, I believe I sent January and February out. I'm still waiting for because Angela Ryan will be leaving. She accepted another position. So Alexis Bobak will be taking over that, and she is working on getting March and April out. But the transition in duties just held that back. So I will send it out as soon as I get it.
Okay, no worries. Does anybody have any questions about the map at all? All right. So for those that didn't attend, I know Sandra, Melissa, Mike, and even Doug. Is Doug on? Thought I saw him. We attended the April mega meeting in Pasco, and each one of the different chairs for Pasco, Hillsborough, CTSTs, kind of went up and talked about it, and I gave a small presentation. We are kind of early. Does anyone want to see what it was? It was a PowerPoint that I did for those that didn't go.
And that'd be good. And just to let you know, we're going to do it again probably next year. And I'm going to get a larger facility. There's no doubt about it, because a lot of people couldn't attend because we maxed out so early. So we're planning on this again next year. There will be a survey coming out for everybody to give some opinion or thoughts about it. So
I thought it was a very good meeting.
Yeah. And next year, some of the people made some good comments. They would like it to be a little longer. So we're looking at next year, and at a much larger facility. We'll bring box lunches in, and we probably will do some kind of breakout sessions for all the groups. So it's looking good already for next year.
That's good. Yeah, I thought it was very good. And part of it is see what other CTSTs are doing, and and our the law enforcement folks on the line, they understand this. I mean, with anything, and Janice knows this too. If I find it and it looks good, sounds good, and I can do it, I'll steal it. So if vice versa, if somebody likes something that I'm doing that they're not, they can steal it too. So I think that's a good meeting. It definitely gets everyone together and then starts sharing good ideas, maybe even some bad ideas too. So
I mean, you even heard at the meeting, Tina Russo likes some of your stuff. She's going to copy you. She's going to steal from you.
Yeah, no, that's fine with me, man. As long as it does good for them, I'm all about it. So,
and and that's the whole point. We're all on the same team, and we all work together, because without us not working together, we'll never achieve that Vision Zero. So, if we can all get into some kind of alignment for that common goal, then we have a chance of making that happen.
Yep. All right. Let me. This will be the first time
Let's see what you got. Yep.
Shared my screen, so let me pull up the PowerPoint. Let me know if you guys can see it or not. And don't mind the 900 icons on my desktop. Can you guys see that?
Yes. Yes.
Perfect. All right, it's just a quick little PowerPoint, so I'll just go through it. I went over I found some stats or history notes about our CTST. Our first meeting started August 29th, 1995. Basically started out as a coalition against drunk driving, which was held at Pinellas Suncoast Safety Council, and expanded into Pinellas CTST. We were named CTST of the Year in 2004 and 2005, which I did ask Mike about this. This is something that they might probably bring back here again. So that'll be nice. And then again, we're still going strong in the current year with some new members and some original members. You guys know me. Been the chair since 2019. I got 18 plus years of law enforcement experience. I supervise our DUI unit, our traffic homicide and traffic unit, Florida Paired Driving Coalition member. And for those that are wondering who that is with me in the picture, that is the national MAD president, Alex Ott. I got to meet her last year. Super nice lady. She's got a tremendous story, about her experience with an impaired, it's actually an impaired voter, which again, she's a awesome person. That was actually nice to meet her. So our co-chair, Howie, he's been co-chair with me since 2019. He's got 20 years law enforcement experience. He's been in the traffic unit for 8 years. and everyone knows he's from New York. So I just went over how we meet, kind of how we run our meetings too. We meet monthly. 2 of them are in person, 10 Zoom. I basically spoke about the importance of meeting in person. And Mike will also attest to this. Is I think you get more conversation than just staring at the computer screen. You get more people's input. And again, even like I said, there's some people I haven't seen in months. So it's kind of a good thing to be able to meet in person and talk. We have a variety of different stakeholders at each of our meetings. And again, we have citizens join. I know Doug was in the in-person meeting in April. And then obviously, our partnerships with law enforcement agencies. Janice, she's a great asset to us and a good partnership for our CTST. I'm very good friends with Vin Petty, so we have a good partnership with our TSRP. I have him come out to our in-person meeting so he can basically go over what he can provide to the law enforcement agencies in Pinellas County, and then obviously DOT, their personnel that attend our meetings, and then the traffic grants that we get from them. So some of the successes that I think we've had, again, our partnership and attendance, the training opportunities. I think that's probably the biggest thing success-wise for the law enforcement folks. I have a really good relationship with IPTM. 90% of my traffic education came from them, and I'm an adjunct instructor for them. But they love our facilities, and they love hosting courses here, which is an extreme help to law enforcement agencies, because now, one, they don't have to budget to send somebody to a week-long or a 2-week-long DUI or crash course, because the ones in law enforcement know if you have to send somebody either to Jacksonville or outside of the county where you have to pay for hotel, you have to pay for per diem, and then the registration fee itself, that all adds up, and that's just one person. If we're able to get it hosted locally, which I've gotten probably 3-4 dozen classes hosted locally, the only thing it costs, again, like I said before about the radar laser operator, is not having that person on the road for however long they're in class. The registration's free, and you don't have to pay for hotel or lodging or anything like that. So I think that's one of the successes for the law enforcement side. We do have a strong presence for the community events that are hosted for traffic safety stuff, throughout the year. So we have a good showing there. And then just the overall dedication to traffic safety, whether it be law enforcement, education, engineering. I see it, day in and day out with everyone that participates. So one of the other things was taking it on the road. Nothing against Suncoast Safety Council, but I think it's a good change of scenery to host it at different places. Like we've hosted at the Sheriff's Office numerous times, and we've given you guys tours. Even St. Pete PD, at their new building. Unfortunately, I wasn't there for that one. And Pinellas County Traffic Ops, and I like hosting it there because I'll have them have their traffic folks do a presentation of what they do and how they run traffic in Pinellas County. So I think that's one of another successes. Some room for improvement. One of the things, RSAs, I think the last time we did an RSA was back in 2018 or 19. So there are some areas that we could probably look at and get one of those going here in the near future. And then the other thing, which I'm already in the process of doing, is our partnership with youth programs. For those that were at the April meeting, and I can't remember, it was a meeting over the summer. I had this fine young lady right here, Shayna Finkel. She's the national SAD president. In fact, I met her at the Walk Like Mad last October. Ginger actually introduced me to her, and she's the national president. I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. And honestly, I didn't realize how much potential this fine young lady had until I went to the NHTSA 4 Region Conference. And again, thank you, Janice, for inviting me. She gave a presentation there and got a standing ovation, which was well deserved. So I think our CTSTs, not just ours, but around our our district in 7, probably bridge that gap with some of these, groups like SAD and so forth. So in doing so, the month of June, the in-person meeting, which unfortunately I won't be there for because I'll be out of the country, but Shayna is going to come in and give a similar presentation that she did at the NHTSA conference, and she actually is going to have a colleague with her who's going to be taking her place because she, from my understanding, she got accepted to UF, so she'll be going and starting her college education here in the fall when school starts up again. So all of this stuff is a team effort, so I definitely wanted to give some shout outs. And for those that are wondering, Mike is a hard individual to find on the internet, okay? That's the closest I came to finding Mike Zinn. If you typed in Mike Zinn in Google, it was just funny to see the pictures that came up. So a big shout out to him.
At least you know I'm not a criminal.
Yeah, there were a couple of booking photos, but it definitely wasn't you, Mike. But big shout out to Mike. One of the biggest things that I give him credit, the website, and it was ironic because I looked at our website and I'm like, man, that thing is outdated. It had some old pictures in there. I'm like, dude, we need to update it. So him sending out the links, and again, whenever Mike contacts me for something, I try to get it done for him right away, and then vice versa. So, big shout out to him and Melissa. Big shout out to her because, again, like I said at the April meeting, I know I sometimes ramble a lot and a lot of acronyms, FPSI, IPTM, and she's like, what the hell is he talking about? What are these acronyms? But the fact that she puts the minutes together, she does an awesome job. I hate writing, so I'm beyond thankful for her for taking all these notes and then sending them to me. She does an amazing job, so I'm very thankful to have her. And then Sandra Noble, with Fort Pinellas, putting together the monthly crash map, the hotspot map, and then just compiling all that data. And then I know she has to deal with some crash reports that have some issues with them and so forth. So big shout out to her for doing that every month. Again, it's a team effort, and everyone just does a great job. So, and then that's pretty much the end of it. So, all right. Are we back to our regular page now? All right. Does anyone have any questions about that at all?
That was a great presentation. You represented us very well.
Were you there, Brandy?
I was not, no.
Okay, I could have sworn I thought I saw either your name or you there, but yeah. So and I took some things from the Pasco folks and some Hillsborough folks, and we'll start seeing what we can do, and again just doing things for the better and trying to improve. High crash intersections, that we pretty much touch on that anyways. And trying to think. Well, I'm not going to be here for June's meeting. I'll be out of the country. So, Mike, when do you think would be a good time to meet in person after June? Still with us? Oh, I see him on there.
Yeah, he's on.
Actually, you know what? I'll just wait until.
Are you
go ahead?
In reference to what are you talking about? A meeting in June? I mean, we have our regular CTST in June.
No, I'm saying our next in-person meeting. Should we do that later toward the end of the year? Maybe November.
Let me look and see what we've got there already.
It should be on the website. Hold on one second. I had it up.
Yeah, I had it up, but I got into something else.
I have 1,000 things on. I'm going to pull it up. I believe, okay, so June, July, August, September. It should be September.
September's the in-person?
If June.
Yes, June. Yeah, June, September, and December is what it spells out on the website.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
If you'd like, we could still hold it in person instead of at one of the facilities. You know, I have the DOT facility there in Overton as well.
Yeah, I know we've hosted them there before. And the reason I'm asking is when I was at the Florida Impaired Driving Coalition, or for those that don't know, and it's kind of shocking, but, you know, we have medical marijuana that's legal in the state of Florida. But they actually have an office that regulates it. It's the Office of Medical Marijuana Use. And they gave a great presentation. And the head trainer there, Carmen Dixon, I've been wanting to get her into one of the meetings. So I think I'm going to try to get her scheduled for our next, after our June in-person meeting. So I just got to look at the schedule and figure it out. But she does a great presentation. So I think it'll be beneficial.
Mark, I'm gonna work with her because as I saw that presentation that she gave, there was so much that was, I think, law enforcement specific, and I think I want to maybe tailor it down so that she has something that's CTST specific, so that when she gives those presentations, it's two different audiences that she can give it to, because she can narrow it down for our CTST group and then do a longer presentation for our law enforcement that needs more in depth of the knowledge that she has. So I am going to work with her on that one.
Yeah, she gave a couple of presentations. I think that was her second or third one that she did for us at FIDC, and they were all great. The problem is she really needs to reach out to the state attorneys, because I taught a class in February to 45 state attorneys, and none of them didn't even know that organization existed or the statutes. When these people violate, their medical marijuana, because it's supposed to be in a certain packaging, it's supposed to have certain labeling on it. They can't smoke, they can't smoke it in the bar and all this other stuff. So, and just the information is not out there.
Yeah, it's fascinating. I think it would be fascinating for this group to hear what she's doing, what she presented. And then you're right. And then I think maybe we should get with Ben and maybe do a full circle presentation that we can do to our officers that are outside of CTST. But I think it's fascinating information that the CTST would find interesting. Yeah. Well, I tried to see if Vin can incorporate it in one of his week-long DUI advocacy classes that he puts on for the state attorney. He doesn't have room for it in there yet, but I know he's going to try to fit it in there, because I thought that would be a great time, because he goes over the intox. I do SFST and the wet lab in there. So I think it would be a good thing. And he really doesn't have to do too much with it. I mean, I think she only needs about an hour and a half, maybe, to get the point across at least. Agreed. We'll work on it. Yep. Alrighty. Yeah. So yeah, looks like the next in-person will be September 1st. So yeah, I'll if you reach out to her, then I'll reach out to her later on and see if she's available, and maybe she can get a combined presentation set up for that. Perfect. Alrighty.
Mark, I know you have Shana scheduled for the 2nd of June. And that's going to be at the sheriff's office, right?
That is correct. Yep. Yeah. So our next meeting will be in person. It'll be at the sheriff's office. It'll be in the big readoff room. Howie will be there, so he will chair the meeting, and then she's going to give her presentation. So.
And that's before the meeting, correct? I see that. Well, she's got typically you saw it the other day. Her program is typically an hour long.
Yeah, I'm going to see if she can maybe scale it down a little bit, because I know her other one was a little bit longer for the NHTSA. The NHTSA conference, it was a little over an hour. So I'll see if she can just scale it down to about 30 minutes. So we could do it before or after. I mean, whichever you think is going to be beneficial.
I just know we pushed her at the meeting last month in April, and she still ran it at about 45 minutes for scaling it down. So
okay.
And she was hauling ass through it. You saw it.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Okay, and just to confirm, the June 2nd meeting is going to be at the sheriff's office, and Howie will be taking your place.
Yes, okay. Howie will be there.
Okay.
Yep. All right. All right. Does anybody have anything before we wrap it up today?
Mark.
If anybody goes over the Skyway Bridge and sees it lit up green, take a picture and tag DOT and our Ride Smart program. It's Motorcycle Safety Month.
Hey,
Mark.
this is Denise. Oh, go ahead. Oh, I was just saying, Mark, this is Julie. I have one quick education update. Exciting news, we have 6 new driver's ed teachers certified, and we're waiting for one more to make 7 new driver's ed teachers certified, and this is through Mike Zinn's program at FDOT. So exciting news for those teachers.
Yes, and that was one thing I found out about at the NHTSA conference, because Shayna's dad is a driver's ed teacher, but the lack thereof, and they had no funding to certify those people and so forth. So yeah, great job, Mike, in getting that, because I didn't realize that the shortage of driver's ed teachers that there were in our district alone, let alone the state.
Yes, exactly. So we're excited for the 7.
And I'll be happy to show you all how to donate funds to that.
Yeah, send that to me, Mike, because I'll have my business donate to some of that as well.
Actually, it's not. It's through some state funds that we were able to come up with, and so with the good help also of George getting out there promoting to all the various high schools that he educates to find out what teachers are in need of. So I was happy to include it in our contract with Cutter. So, and it's been a good program, and we plan to continue to extend it into the next fiscal year.
And we're also expecting 6 from Hillsborough County also. So good news across the region.
Yeah, and Mike or George, if because it's been a while, I haven't. I used to know a couple of the driver's ed teachers, and I would come in and do a presentation for their class. I have a PowerPoint presentation for traffic safety for the kids, and so if they need anything for me to come out and do, I will do so. Come out and do that presentation for them as well.
That sounds good, Mark. Yeah, when the offer's out there for Pasco County schools as well, Greg Finkel, who is Shayna's father, has promoted that up there as well. But yeah, I'll be doing 48 presentations for summer school presentations. There's 4 blocks, 2 sessions, 6 high schools. So I'll be giving 48 presentations next month to students throughout Pinellas County. This includes a lot of the private schools. So there is a cost associated with that, but kids from like CCC and all those different schools that don't have driver's ed programs sign up, and they'll actually be enrolled in receiving the education in our FDOT teen traffic safety presentation. So I'm excited to get out there and do that next month for them as well. But I'll definitely pass that. I've got all the contacts for all the districts, Mark, and especially for Pinellas, I've got all the schools. So yeah, if you want to get that program rolling again, I'll certainly make the contacts for you.
Yeah, let me know, because there was one over at Pinellas Park I did a couple for, and a couple up in Palm Harbor, and then while COVID happened, and then I think everyone's just lost touch. But yeah, I'm more than happy to go back and do those presentations.
Right. Well, most of those schools, like Julie said, Pinellas Park, Largo, Seminole, Bogosiega, they all lost their driver's ed programs within the past few years. With those 6 new teachers, 4 of them will be filling those schools, and the other 2 will be filling retirements this year. So we're going to be 4 more schools stronger. I'm sure Janine will be happy to hear that for the math side of it as well. And we'll certainly be promoting this program moving forward into all the other counties and districts as well. So we're excited about it.
Sounds good. All right, Sandra.
This is oh, sorry. I just wanted to put out there that we have, keep in mind, we've got the McConnell family crashed vehicle. That was a DUI fatality crash in St. Pete. We've got that car on a trailer. It can go anywhere in the county. So if you're doing a presentation or have an awareness week, or you're participating in something, community event or school related, please reach out to me. Don't hesitate. It's here. I love when it's in the county. Elsewhere other than in our front yard, even though it does get great exposure here on Court Street, certainly has quite the impact when it is out and about in the community.
Yeah, Mark, I just wanted to, one more thing on the crash map. There is a list on the back that is a running list of the traffic fatalities that are happening. I realize some of the reports have not been submitted to DHSMV. This is just a hard copy list. The things that are in yellow, all that means is that I do not have a crash report, a finished crash report that has come through DHSMV as a traffic fatality. Sometimes reports come through as a 4 and then they die after the fact, and then we have to resubmit. So if you see anything on here, most of the law enforcement agencies send me an email. Bill Rhea, FHP, I have Largo, Clearwater. So if you have any traffic fatalities that you can send me, just some, I just use this for like our purposes, just to, there's no like information on here, just that the crash or a fatal happened. So if you see any yellow lines in here, it just means I have not received a traffic fatality crash in the DHSMV.
Yeah, and sometimes. Sometimes I know on the law enforcement side that they, you know, especially if it's a delay, they just need to do the update to change whatever the injury status was, whether it's incapacitating to fatal or, you know, fatal within 30.
Yes, and that's when I contact y'all to the law enforcement to find out. I do a little more digging. If I don't have one within 3 months, like if there's any in here for January, I might contact you to ask a little more questions. So as your people change that do the traffic crash reporting, just let me know. And then at the end of the year, I can pass that on to Alexis and when I leave. So thank you.
Yep. Sounds good. Anybody else have anything?
This is Denise with MAD. Just a couple quick things. Actually, along this driver's ed, that's really good news. We'll actually be out for all 4 weeks of summer school in Pinellas, so that was great. And if you, the Ride Like Mad is still going on, so that's bikes and stationary bikes. If you enter CTST as a promo code, it's $5 off the registration. It's already started, but everybody can still register. They've had a lot of registrations in the past couple of days. And then just a reminder, I sent the email to Mark and Mike. You guys will have it if you want to forward the information to remind everybody to book for the LER, the law enforcement recognition. That's July 29th and July 30th. It'll be down in Fort Lauderdale at the Westin.
It's already on our. It's already posted on our website at 9 o'clock this morning.
Oh, great! Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. I got it out to you later last night than I hope, but thanks so much.
Yeah, I got. I already submitted a bunch of folks, and then got them signed up for their training classes for the MAD event. So.
Oh, okay. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate that.
That and Sharon Hall reached out. We'll be starting to meet here very shortly for the Pinellas Walk Like Mad. It's going to be held in Oldsmar again. We'll nail down a date and time, but it'll still be at the Oldsmar facility up there.
Okay, that sounds great. Yeah, I came along so fast. Seems like we were just there, but already ready to go again. So appreciate you guys for that.
No problem. Anybody else have anything? Alrighty. Well, we will. Again, I'm sorry I won't be there. It's my birthday weekend, and I got surprised with an out-of-country trip. So I won't see you guys in June, but I will see you online in July. And everyone, stay safe, and we'll see you later.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks,
Okay.
Mark.
Bye, Mike.
Have a great birthday.